Mr. Speaker, I believe I was talking about nationalised water in Scotland. Now, it's not just nationalised water in Scotland, it's of course...
Hello everyone. Now, did any of you, my friends, witness this strange eye-opening SNP and Tory exchange in the King's Speech debate in the House of Commons on Tuesday afternoon? This happened while leader of the SNP, Stephen Flynn, was poking holes into 13 years of Tory rule and gruel, when Tory Douglas Dross showed his prowess at attention to detail.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker, for the honourable gentleman giving way. He spoke at length about energy and never once mentioned oil. He represents Aberdeen North. I wonder, when the government's bill on oil and gas licences comes to this chamber, will he stand up for his constituents of Aberdeen South and vote with the government, or will he support the SNP position, which is to turn their back on oil and gas workers?
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member for Murray is always one for detail, but I represent Aberdeen South, not Aberdeen North. But Mr. Speaker, I think it's just 7 days. It's just 7 days since the government announced 27 licences for offshore oil and gas, and now they've came forward with a proposal to do so on an annual basis. Now, what I would like to see, Mr. Speaker, as I hear the honourable gentleman chuntering for a sedentary position, like a wee dafty. Mr. Speaker, if he was to choose to listen, I will get to my point. What he knows, I believe, is that there has to be an evidence-based approach to oil and gas extraction. An evidence-based approach which is anathema to this government. What we need to be considering is our energy security. What we need to be considering is our commitment to net zero. What we need to be considering is jobs and opportunities. And of course, what we need to be considering is that investment in renewables going forward. Now, what I would like to see the government do, and I'm sure the honourable member would agree with me in this regard, is obviously to ensure that the pre-existing licences for the likes of offshore wind, where the government has failed, we see improvements to ensure that that actually happens.
Where's Stephen Flynn's constituency again, Dross?
He represents Aberdeen North. I wonder, when the government's bill on oil and gas licences comes to this chamber, will he stand up for his constituents of Aberdeen South and...
Is that true, Stephen Flynn?
The honourable member for Murray is always one for detail, but I represent Aberdeen South, not Aberdeen North. But
oh, well, never daunted our Scottish Tory, who's about as popular as a farting lift up in Scotland. Our Douglas Dross decided to have another pop.
Living in England, you'll be able to get crisp, clean water included as part of that bill, Mr. Speaker. Of course, if you want to be in a situation... Mr. Speaker, the honourable gentleman is very keen. Would you like to rise to his feet?
Oh, please. I'm very grateful to the honourable gentleman for giving way again. He's spoken a lot about economic growth. I wonder then, does he agree with several SNP backbenchers that there should be no place in the SNP Scottish Government for the Greens because they are anti-economic growth?
Mr. Speaker, I believe I was talking about nationalised water in Scotland. Now, it's not just nationalised water in Scotland, it's of course the fact that our railways are nationalised as well. If you want to open a business in Scotland, you'll have access to the small business bonus, and as you get older, you will be able to live in comfort knowing that you'll have access to free personal care.
He's like that turd that never flushes, isn't he? I had to laugh about the bit about growing the economy while being part of a party that's been in power for 13 years and haven't yet grown the economy. But what do you guys think? Was our Douglas Dross a wee dafty? Let me know down below and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.